Hi guys, happy Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. So a couple of little quick updates. We are going into Memorial Day weekend this week, and it is for me personally a little bit different than how it is normally every year. Normally it is incredibly busy, but this weekend has been a little bit funky for me in terms of rentals. Some of my top cars that are probably the most popular, especially for holiday weekends, didn't either get bookings or got some really weird bookings than normal. So for example, my Corvette, which you guys can see right here, this one is usually booked every weekend no matter what, but this didn't get a booking for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and instead got a booking for Monday. So since it is already Friday evening, it's about 6 p.m. right now, it may not get a booking for the weekend because usually those bookings will come in on Friday. So maybe I'll be able to get one for Saturday to Sunday, but because it already has a booking on Monday and Friday is pretty much gone, it really kind of pulls down the probability of getting a weekend booking for the car. So that was an odd one. Another one was for my 6 Series BMW, which again would normally get like a Friday to Monday booking, or at least a Friday to Sunday, especially on a holiday weekend. And it got a booking for Sunday to Tuesday. So also kind of odd days there as well. And then the 2 cars that have no bookings at all for the weekend is my convertible 2 Series BMW, which again is weird because it's a convertible, highly sought after. So that one has no booking at all for the foreseeable future. And then my BMW X4 M40i, which is almost out every weekend and during the weekdays, and that also doesn't have any upcoming bookings. So a little bit strange in terms of the bookings that are taking place. I think I expected it to probably be a little bit more busier than what it's looked like so far, and I've already pretty much lost out on the Friday rentals. So hopefully tomorrow I'll see some bookings come in for the cars that didn't get rentals and maybe fill a gap for my 6 Series as well as my Corvette. But I don't know, the market is just really funky right now, and I don't know if it's just me or if other people are experiencing this, but that's kind of how my weekend has played out thus far. So definitely not normal. Okay, so I do have some updates for you guys. Aside from that, I decided to take the day off yesterday because it was my birthday yesterday. So usually a lot of people do New Year's resolutions. I usually kind of do that same type of thing on my birthdays every year. And so, I like to kind of just take the day and regroup. And if you guys followed along with me when I read The Wealthy Gardener, one of the things that book really explored was the 5-year crusade, and how sort of every 5 years your life kind of restarts. There's a little restart button, a refresh button that happens if you really kind of think back on your life. And I've found that to be definitely true. And I think that this year is definitely that type of year for me. And it's kind of perfect. Turned 30. So I like kind of the nice round numbers, 30 to 35, 2020 to 2025. So I really kind of took some time to really plan out my next 5 years because I never really looked at it in 5-year increments before. And it definitely makes it far easier to grasp. And now that I've turned 30, there's definitely a few new directions that I'm going to be taking, which I'll be sharing with you guys. Some of those things will include, lately I've been getting into futures trading, so day trading in the mornings with futures contracts, which I'll definitely share that journey as I feel more and more confident with what I'm doing with that. I do plan to build a car. I want to really experience taking something that I really don't know much about. I'm definitely not a gearhead by any means. Don't really know too much about cars, so there's done some basic stuff that you guys have heard me talk about. And I really want to put my mind in the mode of problem solving, because I think that in life, if you can really cultivate that part of yourself where you can problem solve and add value, it's limitless in terms of what you can do and what you can achieve if you can have those types of qualities. So I think, being that I deal with cars already, if I push myself, if I really corner myself and take on the task of building a car, of course, I'm going to do plenty of research before I do it. But if I take that on, it'll force me to really be in that problem solving type of mode and do something that I'm very uncomfortable with and don't really know anything about, and kind of learn from scratch. So, and it's something that I've always wanted to do since I was young. So I've been looking every single day, trying to find a car that I like. Might be a Chevelle SS or a Camaro SS. We'll see what we find. So that's one of the projects I'll be taking on as well, and some other things. So I'll definitely share my journey with that stuff as I get into it. So let's kind of jump back to the many incidents that I experienced last weekend, and they've begun to kind of resolve themselves and, you know, get through claims and all that. And so I've had a few interesting experiences. About a week ago, I think now, maybe 2 weeks, I talked about my 2 series that got delisted because the renter complained about noises coming from the brakes and that the brakes needed to be replaced. Got them inspected and they were fine. They were at still about 40% life. And it sucks because I just saw yesterday that he left me a bad review. So you win some and you lose some. What can I do in this situation? Nothing really, other than respond to the review on my profile. So it even happens to me, you know, it just, what can you do? The guy never complained to me about brakes. He went straight to Turo after the reservation ended. So it was just a bummer. I did contact support, given that, you know, it was unlisted, and I did provide an inspection and everything was okay to see if they could remove the review. But they said in this type of instance that they could not. And I get it. They want to keep the platform, you know, with real honest reviews about people's experiences. And, you know, he described his experience. So it is what it is. You win some and you lose some. So that's why I really, on a daily basis, no matter what, I focus so heavily on making sure that I grab those positive experiences in the form of reviews, so that when you do have instances like this where it is out of your control, your positive reviews will far outweigh anything negative someone has to say on a one-off situation like this, you know, and people will see that, and that'll kind of shine through on your profile, so you don't have to worry about it. Like in this case, I'm not worried about it. I've never had a bad review on that car. There's the first one. You know, you win some and you lose some. So that was that. And then I talked about my white C300, where I had to go and replace the tire on the car mid-rental. And it looked like the renter had hit something with the front left-hand side of the bumper, and therefore it caused a flat on a brand new tire that could not be repaired, so it had to be replaced. And if you guys remember, I mentioned that I decided to let the rental finish. The guy had the car for a couple more days, because I didn't want to pull the car, have it get towed because it was not drivable, and then have the car get unlisted and have it be a whole thing. So instead, I diagnosed the problem, got the tire replaced, let the renter finish the rental, and then when it came back, I went ahead and filed the claim for the bumper damage, because I knew my car wouldn't get unlisted due to the damage on the bumper. So interesting situation with this claim was that after I filed the claim, well, there was a few things, right? One, they smoked weed in the car, so there was the cleaning fee. And I mean, it wasn't just like they smoked a little bit of weed. There was ash everywhere in the crevices of the seat. It smelled like weed. I even found this little thing in the car. It looks like it holds like maybe a vape pen or something, and a Motel 6 room key card. I mean, that's never really a good combination to have in your cars. So just not a good sign, obviously. Then they went over miles by 1,300 miles. So there was the excess mileage fee on top of that. So I had support help me with a lot of issues. So after I filed the claim, the renter immediately started messaging me like, you need to withdraw your claim right now or I'll pursue legal action. I've already talked to my attorney. And then, you know, I didn't respond because in these situations, I'm not a lawyer and I really don't have anything to say to you. That is what Turo is there for. That's why Turo is the middleman. And then it, you know, followed up with another message like, oh, I'll see you in court, like we're taking legal action. So simply I just messaged my claims rep, who she's been awesome to work with. I just let her know, hey, like this guest is sending me these threatening messages, like I haven't responded and I won't respond to them. And you know, she reassured me. She was like, look, if he continues to bother you, you just keep letting him know that he needs to deal with Turo directly and that they'll handle it. So you know, those type of things, they don't stress me out. It's just a big waste of time, and it's between the guests and Turo to deal with, because I did nothing wrong on my end. In fact, you're the one who damaged my car, and there is clear evidence of it, before and after pictures. So, you know, why do that to someone else's car? I don't know. Why take on that liability? But that's what people do. So that is how that claim has rounded up. I'm in the claims process right now. It's been moving very quickly, which has been really nice. As of late, support has been really great in terms of all the different claims that I've experienced. I really appreciate that. Just makes life a whole lot easier when things move quickly. In this case, when I pulled off the tire that was damaged, I made sure to take photos of it to show that it was in brand new condition. And then also, I guess they had tried to put Fix-A-Flat in it, so when you pulled it off, you could actually kind of see all the gunk that ends up on the inside of the tire. So I got photos of all of that, and then photos of the new tire, because I wanted to make sure that they covered the cost of the new tire that I had to put on the car, which they're going to. So I just had to give them a receipt for that, which is great. So I don't have to come out of pocket for that. So that's how that claim rounded out. And again, if you ever have renters who really give you a hard time when it comes to reimbursements or claims, that is really what Turo support is there for. Just reach out to them. Don't take on the headache of dealing with these people, because it's just not worth your time. It's not worth your while. Have Turo be the middleman and let them deal with it and talk to these people directly, and just ignore the messages, or let them know that, hey, this needs to be resolved directly with Turo. That's what the platform is there from, right? Because technically, when somebody rents on Turo, the way that I perceive it is they're actually not renting the car from me. They're renting the car from Turo. Their transaction is with Turo. It's not with me, right? I get paid out through Turo, but they transact directly with Turo. So therefore, they deal with Turo. And so that's kind of my viewpoint on that. But that's what's been going on, guys. That's what my Memorial Day weekend looks like as well. I will keep you guys updated. Once again, if you follow me on Instagram, my IG is at Saimah's Experience. Every weekend I post what my rentals look like and how the weekend panned out, so you guys get an idea of what my trip volume is. And then also a couple of questions that have come up recently. One is if I've heard any update on Turo's Liberty Mutual Insurance that they're offering for coverage outside of the rental period. I'm working on that. Just had a call with them on I want to say Wednesday, and so it took me a little bit of delay on my end providing them some information that they needed, but I got that all over to them, so I'm waiting for a quote. As soon as I have that, I'll definitely update you guys. And then there was another question as well, which is escaping my mind at the moment, but I'll probably talk about it in the next video. All right, guys, on that note, that is it. I will be posting videos throughout the weekend as well. I want to share a few more things with you guys, and so I'll definitely be in touch. Again, thank you so much for contributing in the comments section. Seriously, in these last few videos that have been posted, there has been so much amazing feedback by all of you guys. And you know, there's a lot of other people who read these comments, and it's very useful information to them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just really such a great sense of community, and it's much, much, much appreciated. So thank you guys for contributing, and I will do my best to share the information that I get through comments or messages on video as well. That's one of my goals, is to kind of get that information organized so that I can present it on video, and of course give you guys shout outs for sharing and giving your input as well. So bear with me as I get there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Saimah. This is Saimah's Experience, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.